we're going to talk about shooting boards, and this particular one I've made to show you is very simple to make, very simple to use. But what is a shooting board? Well, why is it called a shooting board? Well, it can be because we shoot the edges of pieces of wood, and we also shoot the long grain. So if we take a plane, any kind of plane, plane it this way, we might have called it shooting the edge. And so when we make a mitre, rough cut off the saw, we will shoot the mitre, we'll shoot the joint line and things like that. So that's why it's called a shooting board. And I'm going to introduce you to this one. This is about the simplest. You can get simpler. You can simply take a piece of MDF, you can take a piece of any kind of wood, cut a mitre on it, you can put two levels together like I've just done, and you can just nail or screw a piece of wood to another piece of wood, and it's a very simple way to do that. This one I've made a little bit more complicated, which is generally my mood, and that's why, because I've got these pieces of wood that wedge into this. So I have, this one is reversible, so I can do a 45 this way or a 45 that way when I'm shooting this with the plane. So, and what we want on this is we want exactly 45 on this one and 45 on this one. That means that when I put my wedge in here and I offer my piece of wood that's going to be shot at 45, I can take my plane against that and it's going to be dead 45. If I flip it over, I've got 45 in this direction. Why do I need it in both directions? Well, this is square stock and I wouldn't need it because I can shoot it all in one direction. But if I take molded stock, it's different. Then I have to put this against here and put the cutting edge going into the mold. That's what makes the difference. I'm going to show you how those work in a minute, but let's go through to what the reasoning behind it is. You've just rough cut a piece of wood, you've cross cut it with a handsaw, you're working somewhere on the site, you don't have one of these chop saws, which most people do have today, and that's what principally made this redundant, because almost everybody has a chop saw. But if you're an enthusiastic hand tool woodworker, like I am, and I use these all the time for making sure the end of my wood is square, what I have to do, I'm using pine here, and pine is probably more ideal than any of the woods because it has compressibility. And so I tap this. This is slightly oversized for the opening. I have about a fraction of an inch down there, 32nd or something. I tap this until it's perfectly flush, and I can move this like this until it's flush with the rebate, this part of the carriage that carries the plane. Now I'm going to take a regular number 4 smoothing plane. Do I need a low angle bevel up plane? Certainly not. I've explained that in different places, but when you combine the bevel of a Stanley number 4 or any of the bench planes, the angle is about 44-45 degrees. If I took a block plane like this, yes, it's a low angle plane, but the bevel on the top makes it around 42 degrees. So there's no difference. So I could take a plane like this one with a low angle and it'll cut just fine, but I can do exactly the same with a number 4 and I get exactly the same cut. So that's what we use it for. The main advantage is, of course, that I get this dead square in both directions. I've got it dead square this way and dead square this way. That's the most important thing for it. So if you need an end grain cut, you need to take a thou off it, you can do it with that plane, with just the plane and this shooting board. The recess, the sacrificial piece, these may be sacrificial pieces, but I should tell you, I've had this shooting board for about 10 years, and this sacrificial piece has never been sacrificed yet. I'm still using it. I still use it. Why? Because when I tap this out, I can always cut 1/8 of an inch off here, take a shaving off here, and slide it back in, and this is going to see me out, I'm pretty sure. So, mitres. What about mitres? You've got your mitre cut. Again, it's the same thing. Tap it until it's flush. Now, many of you have questioned, well, aren't you using the blade on here? Is that not cutting away your wood and eroding that? Well, it doesn't, because there's no blade at this part of the plane, at the bottom side of the plane, whichever way I use it. the first probably ½ inch is not cutting. I drop this on the side, leave it on its side, and then I just slide my plane in like this. So it's actually sliding without cutting anything. It doesn't even cut the sacrificial piece. I take my piece of wood, slide this, butt it right up against the sole of the plane at the front there, like that. And then I push and I take a cut. So that's taken one cut. Now I'm tweaking this with my finger. I'm moving it up a fraction of an inch. Not very scientific, but look what I get. I get these beautiful, pristine shavings, full width shavings. Once it clears and gets a full width shaving, this is going to come out dead on 45 degrees. No question about it. Dead on 45. But the other advantage is it's dead on 90 degrees this way. So exactly what I want. Does this have to be square to this? Yes. Does this side have to be square to the plane? No, it doesn't, because you can tweak the angle of the blade presentation with the leverage on the lever here. So you can micro adjust that and get it dead square, dead angled, exactly what you want, just by tweaking your lever on the plane. So it's perfect. It's a perfect solution for making your mitres, your square edges, and you can actually do any angle you want on this. You can make any angle you want using this system. It's a perfect solution. It gets the job done. I love it. I can't imagine anything else I would do with it. I just want to show you one more thing that I use my shooting board for, and that is I take my piece that I want to mitre, put my saw right against the mitre stop, move it away from the fence, and continue through with a through cut. Once I've done that, I can bring my plane in, slide it up to the mitre, and take that shaving, and I've got a perfect mitre. And the reason it's called a mitre, of course, we all know this. The reason it's called a mitre is because when you cut it, you always think to yourself, it might have been better. What do you think? That's great. That's all my shooting board. It's the simplest form, easy to make, easy to use, and it's a lifetime piece of equipment for you to make these perfect mitres, perfect square ends on your wood.